I'm Sam Warburton, former Cardiff Blues, Wales, British and Irish Lions rugby player.
I'm Kevin Jones. I'm Managing Director for Panasonic Mobile Solutions Business Division in Europe and avid rugby fan.
Proper job, that is. So for me, when I became a young captain, I was asked to come up with a leadership compass, and there was 4 points in that compass, and I had to say the 4 most important traits that I felt a leader had to develop day in, day out, or needed to display. So number 1 was positivity, and I'm a very positive person, just naturally anyway. You know, if I receive bad news, you know, I'll always think of, right, you know, how do you get it fixed, or always the optimist, because to be good at something, you have to believe it. And if I actually said out loud what I actually thought in my head, people would think I was arrogant. People would say to me, oh, we're playing against this number 7 who is pretty good. You know, are you nervous about it? But I'd be thinking in my head, well, I know I'm genetically better than him, without sounding arrogant. I know I'm taller, I'm more powerful, I'm faster, I'm fitter than him. But more importantly, I know I've eaten healthier than he has. I've trained harder than he has. I believe in myself more than he has. I'm doing all these things. There's no way he can be as good as me. He just, because I'm going to play for the British and Irish Lions, so I've got to be the number 7. Second one was professional, always on time, wear the right kit, conduct yourself properly in press conferences and after-match functions, and all these things that encapsulates professionalism, always be professional. Number 3 was people, which I found the hardest, naturally being introverted, which I thought was a bad quality of a leader, but it's not. And there's many different ways of being a leader, not just being, you know, ruling with an iron fist and providing Churchillian speeches. That's not what leadership is always about. Getting to know all sorts of people in my team, whether my coaching staff, so I can get messages, good or bad, from everywhere. And you need to have those relationships with people. And number 4 was performance. So above everything else, you have to make sure that you're doing your job to the best of your ability week in, week out, because if you slip, people will see and they won't follow. So it's the hardest one to do, is maintain that level of performance, but arguably the most important.
For me, I've always viewed leadership isn't a privilege. It's a kind of it's a task. You know, you're sort of serving people. I also say it's very much about social interaction. You know, how can you influence, motivate, enthuse people to sort of achieve the impossible and deliver the impossible? For sure, a leader needs to have some humour, have some, you know, charismatic sort of approach. But most importantly, I think you touched on some of the things in your previous point. It's about leading by example. It's about having integrity. It's about having standards. It's about earning the right to lead your team. If you don't grip yourself, how can you grip the task, and how can you grip the team?